one of the things that you've all talked about is, is ambition, which is a real key driver in terms of moving forward, and moving forward literally, on a daily basis. Has that ambition changed since you started, Callum? You started out and it was like as you say, it was one turbo. You saw what that could do. Where do you think it could go, and where do you see it going?
Well, it's similar to what Chris says. You get greedy, and I think it's something that it'll push you. You're never going to be satisfied with anything. It's similar to a job. You're working in a job doing 15 grand a year. You want 17 grand a year. You want 20 grand a year. If you lose that job tomorrow, you live on 20 grand a year. That's what you've got to try and get another job to do. And it's similar with being in business. If you're doing 5 grand a month, next month you want to do 6, you want to do 7. With my side of the business, the more that you do, the more that you have to spend on machinery. You can't clean 20 turbos a day in a little garage. It just doesn't work. I don't think whispering, I've got a wife similar to Chris that likes shoes and handbags and stuff, so you've got a certain level that you've got to bring in. I earn it, she spends it.
It's all right, we'll cut that out of the video.
It's all right, my wife isn't here, so it's fine.
Here, so
you can get the flak for that one. But yeah, I think it is. A lot of it is greed. You go into it to make money. That's what you go into business for. Whether it be a lot of money, a bit of money, or to pay your bills, but you've always got to try and get it up that little bit more, because you live by your means and you always want that little bit extra to buffer it on.
But you're now putting money back into the business, so that so again, that's not necessarily about the money being for you. That's about the money to then grow further.
Well, no, I mean, we could have took £20,000 out of the business in March. We decided to reinvest that on boys' toys, washing machines, glass machines, compressors, which I personally think they're lovely. My wife doesn't have the same opinion when I showed her the washing machine. It's like, yep, thanks, and out the door, because I've just spent £5,000 on it. But again, you've got to spend a certain amount of money to make it. The difference between what we have in the workshop now is cleaning one turbo in an hour to an hour and a half to doing 10 in an hour. So what we've done, we've spent a lot of money, but we've got the productivity side up to what we need it to be. This morning, a good example, we had nothing on the books to sell this morning. By 10 o'clock we had, I think it was 5 units on for repair. By 4 o'clock they'd all been picked up by the customers and they'd gone. 2 months ago we couldn't have done that. It'd been, you have to come back tomorrow for it, or we'd be sitting there all night cleaning them. So we've had to spend it to again get a little bit of our life back. I wouldn't be here tonight, I'd still be over at the workshop, or Matthew would be over there working. But yeah, it'd be nice if I didn't have to spend the money for it, but you have to.
And what do you need to do, Michael, now to is your own shop the ambition, or do you see other?
My own shop is the ambition. I mean, I would love to see myself maybe in York or somewhere really, somewhere a bit different, somewhere where I think it would have a really good chance of making it, For me, after the shop in Middlesbrough, I'm probably go to some unit where I can actually make the fudge up. Not a shop, some unit where I can make it up and then get it out. Well, to get out the kitchen, because like you said earlier on, it's just everything's in the kitchen at the moment. Well, my chocolate machine's buzzing away all night, keeping my wife away and my son awake. So that's my next step, yeah.
But again, doing it on the kitchen table presumably keeps. Sorry.
Buzzing, keeping people awake and down on the kitchen table.
Shall leave that comment in
Shall
there.
Shall I rephrase that?
All right.
I'm not sure how I can rephrase it and still not get myself into trouble with it. This, going back, and again, this is where you pick up on, do you need 80,000 quid or do you need 1,200 quid? Clearly, you've both been able to do something on a shoestring keep the standards high, but it's just how do you balance that idea of, oh, and loads of people say, oh, I can't do it because I haven't got any money. So what's the answer to that?
You can do it, but at the end, I mean, obviously there's three of us sat here. We all, I suppose at the end of the day, our main product is us. We like having the business, but again, we've all got family. And if it's only you doing the hardest part of the job, your family get pushed to the back burner, which mine did, big style for the first 2 years.
Yeah, mine did as well, actually. Yeah.
So it's investing back into the business again, which nobody wants to do. Nobody wants to spend 15, 20 grand on stuff, but I've just had 2 bank holidays, which is the first 2 bank holidays I've had with my family for 2.5 years. That'd be good or bad, but it's time off where Thursday at 5 o'clock I said, right, that's it, we do nothing. I didn't turn the computer on, my phone was switched off, everything. And it was back on by about 6:30 on Thursday night. You've just got to have a level where you spend it, you put it back in the business, but you've got to remember at the end of the day, if you're the only person doing that thing, which I was, you don't stop until that's done. And there's got to be a sort of cut-off point where you say, right, that's it. And again, moving it into the shop, getting a unit, get your productivity side up, which maybe you can either invest more time into it or you're doing things quicker, which means you can go home earlier or at all.
And Chris, for you, I mean, the business now doesn't rely on you to go out and sell. So what's that done for you? How's that changed your role, and how's that changed your outlook on the way the business operates?
I still sell because I enjoy it, and on the larger deals I get involved in them with the salespeople come to see me. But yeah, I'm more like a managing director now, where I look at the business overall in the different departments. I'm lucky I've got 2 directors that have worked with us from the start that I trust, and they look after the support side and the installation side. So I just have meetings with them and say this is what I want, and they go out and do that for me and come back and report. So it's a little bit different. My wife works for me in the business. She's got an important role within there, so I can't get away from her. So I get all the chew day and night, so I try and get out the house at night time to go back in the office while she's in the house. So I work a lot more hours just to get a bit of peace and quiet. But yeah,
you're going to pay for this, you know that, don't you?
But the thing is, because she works with me, I tell her on a daily basis anyway, you're a nuisance, you. But I need that nuisance. I need somebody, because of everything that's going on, I'm in a fortunate position to employ somebody that basically tells me what I need to do during that day, or reminds me on things and checklists. But it's more now looking at the business and where can we go, how can we steady ourselves, because we've had a massive growth. The customers we've got, we look after the football club, so we've had them for a long time. We look after Coors Brewers, Cameron's Brewery. We've just won the Butwick contract to look after all the Butwick hospices. So we've got some big clients on there. That's our business isn't buying parts and stuff, and it's all in the service. Our bread and butter really is the team of people, and making sure that they look respectable, they know the job, they speak to people correctly, and we built it on the back of customer service, which is what we're very proud of, and we don't want to let that slip just because we've got the business. We want to keep on giving that customer service or improving it all the time. So that's my role really. I'm the morning man that sits there and says, that wasn't exceptional customer service, we need to change that, and this is how we're doing it. So.
And is it difficult to move away from doing it yourself, to rely on other people meeting your standards, meeting the way you want to do things?
Yeah, because sometimes you still jump in, especially on a time thing. So now I've learned I give people a set time, because it's hard, because we've worked together. Our team, we're lucky enough that we've worked together for 14 years for other various companies, and we've just moved around in a group. So it's to turn away from being a mate to be a boss, which has been the hardest thing. And yeah, I used to jump in where you say, let's do this, and then you just end up taking it over yourself. So now I think the thing is, it's management skills, and there's loads of courses you can go on. But I never bothered because I never went to school, so I don't go on courses now. So you just learn it as you go on, and it is a case of giving them a time frame now, just saying, right, I want this doing, but I want the answer and report by Friday. So that's it, yeah, you turn into a nasty pasty, if you like. It is the only way I can put it. over that change.
I can't ever imagine that, Chris. What are the challenges been? What are the barriers been? What's stood in your way that you've had to either walk round, jump over, knock down?
Things that are out of your control. I'm used to getting things done there and then. Things like just before the website launched, there was I was waiting boxes for around about 4,000 for the fudge. I sent the design off and it come back. Is this what you want, the measurements and everything? I said yeah. So they sent 4,000 boxes, all the wrong size, and that was about 7 days before the website was due to launch. So they had to get them to me within about, redoing them in about 4 or 5 days. So, but that, for me, something like that, where it was out of my control, well, at least I've got another 4,000 boxes in the house that I can do something with. But just things that I mean, I've learned to relax a little bit now, when, but I just things like that.